Welcome to the world of I Create Lines, human design, personal one-on-one readings, coaching and guidance. Human design audio courses for your pace of learning. One-on-one accountability, support, talk therapy and holding space sessions. Fascia maneuvers, emotional release, one-on-one coaching and guidance. Free daily live movement classes on the Insight Timer app. Breathwork, fascia maneuvers, lymph work and qigong. Always wanted hands-on treatment? Can't travel? I can come to you anywhere in the world. Contact for more information. Weekly Q&A sessions on the Insight Timer app. Free content, instructional ebooks and videos. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and share. icreatelines.com. Peace, health and abundance.
Yeah, if it's out of obligation, then yeah, you kind of have to do things differently. And it's not going to be easy from the beginning, you telling some of them to do stuff differently, or that you are going to be doing stuff differently. I got my little helpers here. Poonam, my short story. Because of some relatives interfering in our life, I'm not able to control my family habits, life the way I see correct. I know it's my expectation to give up controlling, but it's about my family and my home, so this makes me feel sad all day. Alright, this is the same question about boundaries. This is people who are not supposed to be in your life are kind of calling the shots. And yeah. So I'm not able to control my family habits. I want to be free from this feeling, independent of any external situation, to feel happy. Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. I don't understand, like some relative interfering in our life and you're not able to control family habits and life the way you see correct. Hi. Like that relative has different expectation for my family life than what I expect. Okay, so both of you have the same issue. Both of you want to be the leader, and I need you to look at what they're trying to control and then what you're trying to control, and then ask your family members what do they need, not what you want, how you want things to look like. The best leader listens. The best, not the best, but true leaders listen to their followers. And what do the followers need? Not going headstrong how I want my family to look like, or how I want my children to be like, or my marriage to look like. It's going to depend on the other 50% of the marriage. It's going to depend on the other 80% of the family. If you are one half and your spouse is the other half and you got 3 kids, you are what, 20% of that? So it's not about control at all. It's about seeing what people need. What do I need? What do you need? What does my spouse need? What do my children need? Maybe that person, relative, is maybe they want what's best for you. Maybe you don't see the benefit. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you multiple perspective. Maybe the person, maybe that relative actually has good advice for you, but because there's somebody else doing something inside your family, giving some sort of advice, maybe there's good stuff in there. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know everything. It's someone in my in-laws that is trying to control. Okay. So, this was one perspective. The other perspective is nobody that's actually a part of your family, that you don't want them to be a part of your family, they don't have a say in it. Like, we don't have an obligation to anyone in our lives to be next to anyone in our lives, even the closest family, even your child. Okay, if you made a child, you kind of have an obligation to take care of them until they are self-sufficient. Everything else, nobody has obligation towards anyone. My opinion is if you made a human life, then you are indebted to that child. That child that has nothing to give you back. If you made a child, you need to be there for that child. Other than that, that child has no guilt or debt to repay you, or anyone else for that matter. Only the parent to the children. That's the only obligation in the world one human has to another. Everything else is free will. Everything else is free will. So, for all friendships, all relationships, all authority, quote unquote authority, nobody has to do anything for another person. And you don't have to be there next to anyone. Nor do you need to spend time and energy in being next to somebody. So you can love people from afar, even if they're in-laws. So it's all about communication. You need to communicate what you're communicating to me to your husband directly. Why don't you want them in your life? And tell him that this is very important to you. I don't want to hurt my husband disregarding the family belief. You gotta speak to him. All problems in life are lack of communication problems. Lack of saying, what do I need to feel normal and happy in this life? What do you need to feel normal and happy in this life? If this is not communicated on a daily basis, like goddamn on a daily basis. Think of your family as a small organization. You would want to have staff meetings ideally every day if you had an organization. Let's do this with our relationships. Let's do it with our families. Every day, staff meeting. What's different than yesterday? What have you learned after yesterday? We need to sync up. We need to harmonize. Where is your life since yesterday? Where is my life since yesterday? If we're going to share energy, if we're going to share space, if we're going to do stuff together, if we're going to wash dishes together, I better know where you are. I better know how you feel. You better know what I'm thinking about. Because sharing energetic space is co-creating reality, guys. And if things are not communicated, you don't know where the other person is going karmically, quantum, and they don't know what you are thinking about. Somebody can have a trip to the grocery store and come back and they're a different person. You don't see somebody for 2 to 3 days. They're a different person, you're a different person. Let alone weeks and months and years. Every moment we change, every piece of content we watch, we are different people. Every meal we eat, you are a different person. So you need to have regular check-ins with all the people that you do anything with. Let alone year-long resentment, let alone things you haven't said for decades and you want to say them. So all of this stuff needs to be talked with your husband and then with those people. You will not be calm until it's resolved. And if it's not honest, like raw honesty, like I said to one of my friends recently, one day of intense, uncomfortable conversation can save you years of resentment. One day of crying and yelling and getting things out, finally saying what you want, getting the other person to say what they want, setting your boundaries, asking for their boundaries, changing things. One day of intense, uncomfortable conversation can save you 10 years of resentment and bitterness. And the whole family going in a direction nobody wants. What's worse? Resolve things while they are small. Kill the dragon while it's a baby. Kill the dragon while it's a baby.